I want children to learn that some things they see online are harmful or dangerous and what to do about it. There's lots of things online that children either see that they shouldn't see or things that they might find frightening or online challenges, and it's about making children aware of what they're looking at and what to do if they come across that.
Welcome to Lessons for Life. I'm Gabby.
And I'm Marnie.
And today we're interviewing
Ellen Room, who has helped produce the Click or Quit resource. Ellen, thank you for being here. How are you today?
Hello, I'm okay, thank you. How are you guys?
I'm good.
Good.
Can you tell us about the Click or Quit assembly you've been involved with?
Yes, so today we have been recording to help educate children in the assemblies so that they can learn about online safety and how to keep safe online and what to do if they see harmful things.
What would you like this assembly to achieve?
I want children to learn that some things they see online are harmful or dangerous and what to do about it and how to ideally stop them seeing it in the long run. But initially, if they do come across something, to talk to somebody and do something about it.
I think we should all just tell somebody, a trusted adult, if we see something disturbing.
Why do you think people might not do that, though?
They might be scared about the consequences, I'm not letting you watch this platform again or something.
Well, do you think it's probably more important that they protect themselves so they don't see things that frighten them rather than think, well, I won't tell you about it, because that's when something might come up later on that could be worse or more harmful?
Do you think children can have too many lessons in staying safe?
So do you think you can have too many lessons?
Yes and no, because you might learn the same thing over and over again and it might just get too much.
I think learning anything that keeps you safe online is really sensible, very sensible to learn it. And if you might need to hear it a few times to make sure that you remember things, I think that's important.
Mm-hmm. You can never have too much education. I hear you're campaigning for children's online safety. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yes, there's lots of things online that children either see that they shouldn't see or things that they might find frightening or online challenges. And it's about making children aware of what they're looking at and what to do if they come across that, like reporting it to a trusted teacher or a parent or something like that.
Sounds really important.
It is. I think it's really important. What would you do if you saw something online?
I would tell an adult that I trust.
Yeah. And if you found something a bit scary or frightening?
I'll do the same.
Very sensible.
Also, I'd probably just click off.
That's a good thing. Yeah, to come away from it. But it's important to tell somebody, because when you see harmful material, it might affect you later on, or you might think, oh, that was a bit scary or frightening. And it's important to tell people.
We're interviewing you as part of the Lessons for Life campaign. Why do you think the Lessons for Life campaign is important?
I think there's not many areas in life that you're going to learn about these things. If we don't raise it in school to talk about online safety, then where else are you going to learn about it? We need to educate children a bit more on what they're seeing online and making sure it's safe and that they talk about it if it's not.
What problems in society do you think education can fix?
I think there's lots of things that aren't covered in school. So I think the more we can cover with talking about online safety and challenges and things, we can help educate people so they have a better understanding about things online.
That is quite important. I like that answer.
Thank you.
We're now at the back to school segment. Ellen, can you tell me, what was your experience with PSHE or life skills lessons when you were in school?
I don't think we really had them at school. I remember learning to cross the road. We had a little hedgehog or something that crossed the road and talked about road safety, but we didn't really have the lessons that I think kids now need, where you're online more. We didn't have computers and things when I was your age, so it's a different situation now.
Every time we interview grown-ups, they always say, we didn't really have much PSHE when we were kids. Luckily, we have PSHE now. We're lucky.
Why do you think that's a good thing, and why do you think we didn't get it?
Probably because the world is still learning and growing, so that's probably why you didn't have it as a kid. But now we have it, and that's a good thing, because now we can learn more life lessons and learn how to be good in life.
Indeed, I think so. Do you think it's a good idea that you've got these lessons?
Yeah, so you can do the right thing.
Good. I think so too. I think it's really important.
We're now going to test your knowledge. This hat contains some life skill questions for you to answer. Are you ready?
Go for it.
The topic is computer safety. Question number 1. Why is it important to keep your real name, address, and school private online?
Well, if you were in the real world and not online, you wouldn't want strangers to follow you around and know where you lived and turned up at your door. So when you put those details online, you've got a whole load of people that can find out where you live, who you are, and that you don't want that, do you?
No, I don't think anybody wants that.
But so many children don't realise the dangers involved with that. So by sharing those sort of details online, you've got loads of random people potentially following you.
It's worse than just one people. There's like an entire world of people out there.
Absolutely.
So,
And you wouldn't want them to know where you lived and turned up at your door, so don't ever share things. And things like, why wouldn't you have your school on there or your school uniform or something?
Because maybe they might come to school and like say, oh, I'm coming to pick her up. You don't know who that person is.
So you guys know that in the real world you wouldn't go off with a stranger or something like that. Whereas online, when you're telling somebody where you live and your school, you don't want somebody online you don't know to follow you.
no.
Really important one.
The second question is, what would you do if you saw something online that made you feel scared, sad, or confused?
I'm going to ask you girls that. What would you do?
You should do the same thing. Tell a trusted adult, or if it's in your school and you're going on the Chromebooks, tell your teacher or your trusted TA.
Exactly.
We actually answered this a few questions ago, didn't we?
We did, but it's good to repeat it to make sure that you know what to do.
Yeah, we should tell a trusted adult what we saw, and we shouldn't be scared of what they're going to say because there's always somebody to help us.
Nada.
And the last question is it okay to say no if your friends want to try an online challenge?
Absolutely, it's no. And why do you think that is?
Because there are so many online challenges that may be bad for your health.
Very much so. Some of them are dangerous and some of them might sound fun. And you know when you get that feeling in your tummy, it's what gut feeling, where you think, well, it doesn't feel right, or I shouldn't maybe do that. Always try and listen to that, because sometimes your friends might be doing something or encourage you to do something and you think, I don't think that's a good idea. It's much better not to do it than risk something that could affect your life.
There's actually peer pressure.
There is sometimes, and that's sometimes a really difficult one to overcome, isn't it? Because you feel like you should do something. And again, trying to be brave and confident. You two are really confident girls, but there are some people that aren't so confident. So you might have friends that feel like they've got to do it. You could encourage those friends maybe to go, that's not a sensible idea. I don't think you should do that. And if you're really unsure and you think it's really dangerous, or even if you just actually doubt it, just ask a grown-up and say, they were thinking of doing this. What do you think of it? But don't just go ahead and do it. It can be really dangerous.
It's much more important to keep yourself safe than actually risking your life for a challenge.
Perfectly said.
Ellen, can you tell me, if you could change one thing about education, what would it be?
Ooh, difficult one. I guess from my point of view, making sure children are safe online. We don't educate enough around that. And I think you have your maths lessons, your English lessons and so on, but we need to do more around online safety and making sure you're all safe.
Yeah, we do. I can't actually remember the last time we had like an online safety lesson.
Never had one?
Well, I have, but I can't really remember when, because it's so long a time ago.
So when you have computers and things at school, do your teachers ever tell you if you come across something harmful what to do or anything?
Well, our computers are safeguarded, so it doesn't let us stumble upon things that are inappropriate.
Hopefully. But I do know of schools that some children have come across things. So it's really important to make sure you do, if you do come across something, to point it out.
Do you think parents and carers need more support to help children at home to build on what they learn at school?
100%. I think a lot of parents don't know about the games you play online, for example. I bet you a lot of your parents wouldn't know how to do them or how to play them and who you're interacting with or how to change the settings. And I think it's important that we educate parents and carers to make sure they know the risks involved with those programs to keep children safe.
Is there one life lesson you could have learned at school which could have made a positive impact on you as an adult?
I think for me that's got to be money related. When you're at school, you don't learn lots about money and savings and that sort of thing. And that was my role in my job, where dealing with money and mortgages and do you have a savings account?
Yeah.
So some people don't know whether to spend all their money or save it. And it's important to learn that sometimes it's important to save things and not run up lots of credit card debt or buy lots of things that you don't need. So education's on money, I think, would be my thing.
Before we finish our interview today, is there anything else you would like to say to our listeners?
I think the children listening to this, if there's children listening, I've said it lots, but please talk to an adult if you come across something. And to the parents listening, make sure you educate yourself. There's things online that you need to be aware of to make sure that we protect children like you.
Thank you for being here. We've loved talking to you.
I've really enjoyed talking to you guys. Thank you.
To find out more, visit lessonsforlife.org.